Ronaldo to me, Ronaldo! It's one of the great Old Trafford comebacks. Astonishing!
Sevilla 2, Manchester United 1. And the better team lost today in the semi-final. We played, I think this was probably our best performance in the Europa this season. For me, this was our best performance in the Europa this season. Straight from the minute, the get-go, first half, we were excellent. The beginning of the first half, we were very good. We were pressing them. We had intensity. We were extremely good. We were quick with our passing, not delaying anything. We got the penalty because of that intensity, because we were committing numbers forward as well. So we got the penalty. That penalty for me was also something that had to be looked at, because Marcus Rashford had his shot taken and the player clipped him, but the shot was taken. So that for me, even as a United fan, you know, I said one thing about my channel is that there's no biasm. So I will give you the thing in black and white. There's no grey line with me. It's black or it's white. And so even that penalty, I think that we were very lucky to get the penalty, because Marcus Rashford's shot had been taken. And yes, the player clipped him, but his shot was off already. So we got the penalty anyways, and we've got the best penalty taker in Europe. One of the best in Europe. I think he's alongside there with Cristiano Ronaldo. He doesn't miss penalties. He's excellent in penalties. So he scored his penalty. But then from there, and I don't know what is the tactic with our manager. Is it that we score one goal and then we sit and we play defensive and we hit them on the counter? Is that his tactic? Because if that is your tactic, that is a tactic, and that is a system of a very small manager and a very small club. Small clubs play like that. The minute they get a goal, they go defensive and they start wanting to hit you on a counter attack. Big clubs, you saw Bayern Munich playing Barcelona. When they scored a goal, they did not say let's play on the counter. They scored a goal and they went for more, and they went for more, and they went for more. They were still committing numbers forward when they were beating Barcelona 4-1. 4-1, and they were still committing numbers forward. So much so that one of their goals, Alphonso Davies was in the box, and Joshua Kimmich was in the box. This is their left back and their right back in the box, and they're beating Barcelona, I think at that time 5-1 or something like that, or 4-1. But they're beating Barcelona, and they're still committing forward, and they're still going on the front foot. That's a big club. So you have to really question our manager's tactics at that point of the game, where we score a goal and all of a sudden we sit back and we relax and we want to hit them on the break. And that was our downfall, because the minute we scored that penalty, United relaxed and we gave the ball to Sevilla. And any Spanish team, that's how Spanish teams want to play. They want the ball. They need the ball. And so when you give them the ball, you allow them to pick up spaces, because they are excellent on the ball. They are technicians. All 11 of those players, 10 of those outfield players, they're all technicians. They all want the ball. They don't want to run, they want the ball. And so Sevilla had the ball. The minute we scored, we relaxed. And we went into this negative tactic that was probably deployed from the manager. We relaxed. And Sevilla came at us. And you could feel the goal is coming. You could feel the goal is coming, because they were picking their passes too easy. They were picking up pockets too easy. Too easy. And you can see Sevilla is well drilled. They know what they're doing. They have passing patterns. And that's one thing of criticism of us and our manager, is that there is no passing patterns. It's nothing. Everything is off the cuff. Everything is based on individuals. What they do at that present moment. There's no patterns in our play. And Sevilla had that. You could see the patterns. You could see. And the goal was coming. And with their goal, that was extremely poor defending. Extremely. The back line, our back four, at fault. Big fault for both our goals. That goal, big fault, big fault, big fault. Wan-Bissaka, maybe he should have stopped the cross, but not every fullback stops a cross. Okay, the cross comes in. I think it's Harry Maguire. Nowhere in the picture. Brandon Williams. Nowhere in the picture. Couldn't see who was behind him. Couldn't see Suso that was behind him. And Brandon Williams, he's not cut for this level of football. He's not cut for the Premier League or for the Europa League, the latter stages of Europa. Brandon Williams either is too young or he's not good enough. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to say he's too young. I'm not going to say he's not good enough. I'm going to say he's too young. He's too young. He makes too much mistakes. He's not good enough, that boy. He's not good enough. So that was the 1-1. And from there, we got into the game. Went to half time. Second half came out. We came out firing, guns blazing in the second half. We had chance after chance. And you know, the good thing about it was, how we were playing is that Spanish teams don't want intensity. Spanish teams don't want to play under press and under intensity. They don't want that. The minute you give Spanish teams intensity, you play at a high intensity, you're running at them, they collapse. You've seen it against Barcelona and Bayern Munich these past couple of days. They collapse. Barcelona cannot play under intensity. Bayern Munich are running them to the ground. When Barcelona played Liverpool last season as well, they collapsed. Spanish teams don't do well when you play at a high intensity. When you are running at them, they can't play. Spanish teams want the ball to feed. They want to dictate the tempo of the game. When they want to slow the game down, they want to slow it down. When they want to increase the tempo, they want to increase it. They like to control the game. They are possession-based footballers. So that was the mistake we done the minute we scored our goal in the first half, was that we gave them the ball. And so we told them, you'll dictate the tempo of the game and we will play on the counter. And that's a tactic of a very small team. And then the second half, we did not do that. We came out guns blazing and it was high intensity. And that's why we were creating chance after chance after chance. And these weren't half chances. These were clear-cut chances that our players should have at least scored one. Anthony Martial should have at least had one goal today. He had at least, at bare minimum, one goal. These were one-on-ones with keeper. They were looking at the goalkeeper eye to eye. They didn't have to beat a defender or get a shot off from outside the box. No, you were in the box, one-on-one with keeper, and the keeper was saving it. And now you can say that the keeper had a good game, but I'm not of that view. I'm not of the view that we lose a game because the keeper was on his game and he had a good game. I'm not of that view. For me, my players need to score. I don't care even if it's Manuel Neuer in the nets. You need to score a goal. I don't care. You've got a big goal to aim at and it's one person in the goal. You need to put it in the corner where he can't save it. And because there's no excuses, guys. There's no excuses. It's not like UEFA say, you'll had so many chances, you just couldn't score. Yeah, we'll give you all more money because the keeper was good. Or go to the next round because the keeper was good. No. You have to score the goal to go to the next round. And Anthony Martial should have had a goal today. Mason Greenwood also got played one-on-one. Bruno Fernandes played a pass to him. One-on-one with keeper. The keeper saved it. For me, and also for the competition, because the competition doesn't let you progress, that is unacceptable. Unacceptable. You had countless of chances. You need to score. You have to score. You saw in the quarterfinals of the UEFA where Man City vs Lyon, Raheem Sterling. Gabriel Jesus clearing opportunity. He misses. Raheem Sterling clearing opportunity, open nets. He needs to tap the ball in the open net. He misses, he kicks over the bar. That is unacceptable at this level. This is knockout football, guys. This is not Premier League football where if you don't score or if you lose the game or draw the game in the Premier League, you still got another game to redeem yourself. You still got another game where you can pick up 3 points and make up, and so to speak. This is knockout competition. If you do not score that goal, if you do not win the game, you are out. You are out the door. And this is why I said in my previous videos where I've been ranting, especially in the Premier League videos, go and have a look at it. And I said we have a small manager and we have small players. That when the going gets tough, when the going gets tough, they fail. That's why we took so long to secure top 4, because they were bottling it week after week. They were bottling it. They can't play under pressure, these boys. And the manager as well. So that's what happened. In the second half, we should have had a goal. Anthony Martial and Mason Greenwood, you can't forgive them for that. They should have scored, especially Martial. Greenwood, I think, had one opportunity. But Martial had countless opportunities and he did not score. And the blame has to lay at his feet. You have to score that goal. I'm sorry. This is a semi-final. We need to go to the final. You need to prove yourself as a top player. You need to score that goal. Simple as that. You need to score the goal. And so we missed all those opportunities. And at this stage of a competition, in the knockout competition, you will be made to suffer. Pep Guardiola also said it from his team getting knocked out by Lyon. He said, this is knockout competition. You have to be good in both boxes. When you get your opportunity, even if it's one opportunity, you have to put the ball in the net. You have to do that. This is knockout competition, and so we didn't do that. And so then what happened? Same like what happened in Manchester City. When Raheem Sterling missed that, Lyon went and scored. Their third, I think it was, but they went and scored. No, their second something, but they went and scored. So same with us. We were missing all those opportunities, and that will give the opposition momentum. It will give them belief that, you know what, we're playing against a team that's not taking their chances. And then we gave them time to be on the ball. We gave them time to be on the ball, and once again they scored from across. Once again, our back line was at fault. All four of them was at fault. Brandon Williams for not stopping the cross, but as I say, you can't always stop a cross. No fullback stops every cross. But then you have Harry Maguire, who was out of position. You had Lindelof, who did not know what was, had a look. No, he had a look twice to see that the striker was behind him, but he never go close to the striker. Then you have Wan-Bissaka, who can see the whole game, the whole play out, folding out, and does nothing. Doesn't do anything. No communication between Wan-Bissaka and Victor Lindelof, and they need to be communicating, because the number 9 for Sevilla is between them. Wan-Bissaka is the guy that can see it, so he needs to be communicating to Victor Lindelof and telling Victor Lindelof, drop back, or communicate something to him. They never, and the guy scores a tap in, and that is unacceptable. Our defense is a big problem, and that's why I also said priority signings is the right wing, Jadon Sancho, and then for me, you need to go and sort out the centre back. Over the CDM, you need to sort out the centre back, because in CDM we still got Matic. For me, okay, Matic is 32, but Matic can fill, and you still got Fred. Fred today for me was very good. Outstanding. I think he was one of our better performers. Fred and Bruno Fernandes, for me, they were our best performers on the pitch. Fred was very good. So you still got Fred to go there. But at centre back, we've got big problems at centre back, because first of all, the player we bought for 80 million, he is not 80 million. We bought an 80 million defender. We broke the world record for a defender that is not world class. He's far from world class, that boy. He's extremely bad on the ball. People say he's a ball playing centre back. Harry Maguire ain't no ball playing centre back. A ball playing centre back is Virgil van Dijk, as Laporte, as Sergio Ramos, PK, Upamecano, Koulibaly, Longley. These are ball playing centre backs. Harry Maguire ain't no ball playing centre back. Look at him on the ball. He doesn't pass the ball well. There was one moment with the ball, he took a spot kick. There's a dead ball situation, there's a free kick, and he went over the free kick and played a diagonal. And the diagonal went to the opposition player, went to a Sevilla player. No pressure. It's a dead ball situation. He takes it confidently that he's going to hit his target. It hits a Sevilla player on the diagonal. Unacceptable. He's not good enough on the ball. Defensively, he also has his vulnerabilities where he gets caught out of position a lot, and he's not fast on the recovery. So when he gets caught out of the position, what happens is he's not fast in running back, so he can't run back. He's beaten, and he makes mistakes as well. So Harry Maguire is a good defender. He's a good defender, but he's not world class, and he's nowhere near 80 million. So that's the first problem. But you can sort that out, because he is good enough to play for us. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But next to him is the biggest problem, where Victor Lindelof is not good enough. Eric Bailly on talent is good, but he's always injured. He's injury prone, and he makes rash decisions. So we need a top class centre back next to Maguire, someone that is better than Maguire, not of Maguire's level, because I think Victor Lindelof and Maguire, I say they're at the same level. So we need someone better than Harry Maguire, and that's why even if you look at my transfer video where I said the transfers United need to make, I said Upamecano needs to be first on the list. If you watch RB Leipzig when they play in Champions League, Upamecano, oh my gosh, this guy is the best young centre back in the world. And if you buy him, I guarantee you, give him 2 years, he'll be the best centre back in the world. The guy is excellent. He runs with, when the ball is at his feet, he runs with the ball like a central midfielder. That's how he runs with the ball. He's so confident with the ball at his feet. He goes past players. And then his passes as well is extremely good. And defensively he's sound as well. He's fast on the recovery. So, but United are not looking at him. I do not trust United scouting. Well, we've known that United scouting has been poor, extremely poor, our scouting department. So I don't expect us to sign any foreign players that are of a good level. The only one we've signed right now is Bruno Fernandes, and for me, I don't give them any praise for that, because Bruno Fernandes his name was out there in Europe already. His name was there. Everyone knew that, hey, there's a player there by Lisbon that is scoring goals and creating goals for fun. So everyone knew that. I don't give them praise for that. I don't at all. I can't. They've made too many errors in the past. Too many. That now, why aren't we linked to the defender like Upamecano? Why aren't we linked to the defender like Ruben Diaz? Instead, we're looking at that guy that plays in France, that Gabriel, Brazilian centre-back. Why? Why are we looking at that centre-back? So, that's the thing about the centre-backs. Defensively, they costed us the game, but also up front as well. If Martial and Greenwood had taken their chances, Sevilla would be out the game, literally, because we were the better team. But in saying that, guys, I have to also be consistent. I can't just be on this better team thing. I have to be consistent, because if you look at my previous videos, when we played Lask and when we played Copenhagen, I said it's not about performance, it's all about results. It's knockout competition. So I have to be consistent. It's not about the performance today. Yes, we were the better team. Yes, this was our best performance in this competition, but it's all about the results. That's what I was stressing. I said it's knockout competition, and it's proven right. That mindset and that way of thinking is right, because today we performed well, but we are out the tournament. So it's all about the results. We did not get the results. We did not get the results. So people can say there's positives to take from today's performance. For me, there's not. I will not take any positives. We should have gone to the final. We've got better players than Sevilla. We spent more money than Sevilla. We need to get to the final. We have to get to the final. We did not get to the final. But let's be honest here, guys. Let's be honest that even if we went to the final, we were never winning the final. Inter Milan are a better team than us. They're far better than us. And even their route to the final, I know that they still need to play, but I believe that they will win, has been much more difficult than ours. We've had an easy run. Sevilla is the only team of quality that we've versed in Europa, and look, we failed. We've been versed in Copenhagen and all of them, and even when we versed Copenhagen, guys, we couldn't beat them properly. We had to depend on the penalty. And this is another thing, is that people say that people tease us, Manchester United, or Penchester and Penaldo, and they always tease us. United have got 22 penalties in a season. 22 penalties in a season. And you can say, and I'm also of the view that the reason why you get more penalties is because you attack more and you've got players that can throw out defenders and commit defenders, no problem. But the problem with us is that we are winning games because of penalties. And if we don't get a penalty in a game, we lose the game. We beat Copenhagen on a penalty, 1-0. It took us, we went into extra time, and the only thing that separated us and them was a penalty. That is embarrassing. If we do not get penalties, we don't win. We can't win without a penalty. We can't get a result in a game without a penalty. And you can't go throughout a whole competition relying on penalties. And that's what people need to understand, that when you get people like me and some other United fans that are criticizing us even when we are winning, it's because we're criticizing us because the way we are winning is not sustainable. We can see with our foresight that, you know what, how we're winning games right now, we will not continue this in the competition. So when I was criticizing United when we were winning by penalties, you can't go through a whole competition winning by penalties, depending on penalties. It's going to run out. You have to score goals in 90 minutes in open play. You have to. Look, and so that's another thing, is that next season we are not going to get 22 penalties. And we can't rely on penalties. You know, people are even coming out right now and they're talking about Anthony Martial, the pundits and some of the fans, and they're raising questions on Martial and saying, you know what, like Paul Scholes said a couple of weeks ago, and we criticized him for it. He said that United should not spend 100 million on Sancho. Instead, we need to go and get a proper a proper number 9 in Harry Kane. And you know, it's very, for me, I'm not Martial's, I'll say, biggest fan in the number 9 position. If you're asking me if I'm building a team and I've got money and will I buy Martial as my number 9, I will never do that. I'll go and get a proper striker as my number 9, a proper marksman. However, Martial, what he's done this season has been superb. And you cannot take that away from him. So yes, there's question marks because of what happened today. What happened in the semi-final against Sevilla. Yes, there's question marks because another number 9, a proper number 9, puts at least one of those chances to bed. However, Martial has been he's been excellent this season. Probably our player of the season. So for me, I'll leave those talks to other people. I will stick by Martial and say he is our number 9. Give him one more season. He's played excellent this season. Marcus Rashford is the problem. That guy is a big problem. Post-lockdown, he has been poor. He's been our worst performer on the pitch post-lockdown. Marcus Rashford needs to watch some videos of Neymar at Barcelona. When Neymar was playing left wing at Barcelona, he needs to watch videos of Neymar to see how to play the left wing effectively. The number one thing that you need to do as a winger in modern day football, you have to be able to beat your fullback. You have to have the skill and the intelligence to beat your fullback. Unfortunately, Marcus Rashford is not beating no fullback now. And this is post-lockdown. Every game post-lockdown, how many times has he beaten the fullback? How many times has he actually ran against the fullback? He's not beating the fullback anymore. He doesn't have the skill even to beat a fullback. I mean, Marcus Rashford is doing step overs and losing the ball because of the step over, because he doesn't have the proper technique to do a step over. That is unacceptable to me. This guy has been very poor post-lockdown, and this is something that we need to address, and this is why we need to sign Jadon Sancho. And for me, Jadon Sancho is not benching Greenwood. Jadon Sancho should be benching Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford is not good enough. Right now, he is not good enough. Those performances that he's putting out on the pitch, it's like we're playing with 10 men. Because the minute the ball goes to him, he does nothing with it. Now you can say he won the penalty, but he scuffed that chance. And that's how he won the penalty. He scuffed that chance. So he's not playing well. I mean, there was an opportunity, I think it was late first half, very late first half. Yeah, late first half where Paul Pogba rounded one of the Sevilla's midfielders, and he laid the ball off to Marcus Rashford. Rashford had enormous amounts of space. He ran into the box, he done a step over, and he tripped over and he fumbled over his own feet. That is unacceptable at this level. And this is what he has been doing post-lockdown. He's been extremely poor, and that is a big concern. It's a big concern because, you know, everything that he's doing outside of the pitch has almost has put an armor around him, protected him from on the pitch criticism, because no one brings up Marcus Rashford's name because of what he's doing off the pitch. And for me, you need to separate the person from the player. You need to separate what he's doing off the pitch. Off the pitch, fantastic what he's doing, but on the pitch he is extremely poor. And really, he needs to up his game. Out of our front three, Marcus Rashford is the weakest link right there now, because he's the fundamentals of being a winger he doesn't have. He's not doing it. He's not beating his fullback. He's not creating chances. He's not crossing the ball. There's nothing Marcus Rashford is doing. So that's what I will say, guys. That's what I will say. I will say that it is a very disappointing result. And what I will also pose a question to you all, and please answer it in the comment section. Please answer it. I will say to you that Manchester City, people said Manchester City's season was a failure. Manchester City finished second in the league, and they got knocked out in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. And Manchester City, let me put it in context. Manchester City won the Carabao Cup. They finished second in the Premier League, and they got knocked out of Champions League in the quarterfinals. Yet people say that season was a failure. That they say that season was a failure. That was an unacceptable season. Okay. Now, I will ask you: is United's season a success? Is United's season a good season? Because we finished third, okay, and we went to 3 semi-finals and we lost all 3 semi-finals. So is that a successful season? I'm only asking you to answer that question. Because people are holding Manchester City to this high level and saying Manchester City never won the Champions League and they never won the league, so their season is a failure. They picked up silverware, but their season is a failure. So we finished third. We finished third, a long way off Manchester City and Liverpool. Tied on points with Chelsea. Chelsea that did not spend. Chelsea that lost their best player. We tied on points with Chelsea. And we got knocked out of 3 semi-finals. Now all I'm asking for you to comment and say, is that a success for Manchester United or not? That's all I'm asking. So yeah, guys, that was the game. To give player ratings, I think David De Gea, he couldn't do nothing for both goals. There's nothing much he could have done. I'll give him a 6. He couldn't do anything. And apart from those goals, I never even test him. So probably a 6. I'll give David De Gea just for being there. Wan-Bissaka, probably give Wan-Bissaka a 6. It was a good game from him. He was at fault for both goals. He was at fault. A 6 for Wan-Bissaka. A 6 for Lindelof. No. I can't give them that. A 5 for Wan-Bissaka. At fault for both goals. A 5 for Lindelof. A 5 for Maguire. And for Brandon Williams, probably a 5 as well. The whole backline a 5. The backline was shambolic today. Fred, I think Fred was very good. I give Fred a 7. I think he was good. Paul Pogba a 6. Paul Pogba's first half was horrible. However, his second half, he picked up his game in the second half. But a 6 for Paul Pogba, 7 for Bruno Fernandes. I thought Bruno Fernandes was good. A 7 alongside Fred. Mason Greenwood, I thought he was quiet. I give him a 6. He missed that chance. Martial as well, a 6. He missed that chance. Marcus Rashford probably a 5. He wasn't good at all. As the player ratings, I think the subs came on too long. That's a criticism for Oli as well. So I haven't laid too much at Oli's feet because the team did play well. But you have to criticize some of these decisions. You have to criticize the tactics, because why when we score a goal must we sit back? And we've seen it. It's not the first time this happened. It's not the first time where we score a goal and we sit back because we want to play on the counter-attack. That's a small club mentality and that's a small manager mentality. So I criticize him for that because Sevilla came into the game because of that tactic. Criticize him for that. I criticize him for not having passing patterns and a proper style of play and proper teaching the boys how to move the ball. You could see a clear difference in the way we play and a clear difference compared to Sevilla. When Sevilla got on the ball, they knew exactly what they're doing. They were so comfortable on the ball. United, everything is off the cuff. Everything is dependent on that player at the moment. What does he want to do? So I criticize Oli for that, and I criticize Oli for his substitutions. Why must it take you the 80-something minutes to make a substitution? Why do you leave it to when we are losing to make a substitution? Why can't you make it before that? Why can't you make it before that? It was 1-1 and the Sevilla manager was making 3-4 substitutions. 1-1 because he wanted to win the game. But okay, you can also say in Oli's defense is that we don't have a bench. Our bench is not good enough. You can argue that. Especially in a game like this. The bench is not good enough to change this game. So that's why we need recruitment. That's why we need to go and buy Jadon Sancho. And more. But do I think United will buy more than Jadon Sancho? I don't think so. I think we'll be lucky just to get Jadon Sancho. I think what Ed Woodward is doing, he's running that transfer saga out so that we secure Jadon Sancho maybe in the next 2 weeks. And then after that, the Premier League starts and people's concentration is no more on transfers. The concentration and the focus is on playing. And I think that's what he's planning to do. So for me, I've lowered my expectations. All I'm asking for is Jadon Sancho. I'm just saying get us Jadon Sancho, and whoever we get after that is a bonus. I don't really care because I don't trust I don't trust the hierarchy at Manchester United to spend the required amount of money. So that's the match review for you guys. It's disappointing because we've been to 3 semi-finals and we've lost. So certainly there's a problem. There's a big problem. We have to look at that, and we need investments. We need investments, and I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, guys. Subscribe so you can see more of this content. I will be putting out more videos of a season review and a season forecast, as well as transfer news, as well as player focus and player analysis. So tune in for that, guys. I'll see you all.